Hi and welcome to my Playhouse. And today we are washing off the gilt. Well, I don't wash off as easily as the car, so that's why we're washing the car. But I have a review video for you, and the reason why we're washing off the gilt is well, I bought a car tester a few videos ago, and that car tester was pretty good. And I put up the video, and then this other company contacted me and told me that their car tester was a lot better and cheaper. Really? Well, it turns out that it might just be so. So they send it over, and yeah, I have to figure out how badly I got cheated. So yeah, but I used Patreon money to buy the first car tester, so that's why I'm washing off the gilt. And yeah, let's hope that it washes off. The wash hall is actually a little bit special. Now I can't catch it, but there's a bird living in here, and it knows that it can't get in when cars are being washed. So as soon as the car is done and the door goes up, well, the bird will fly in, and it will go to its nest and feed its kids. So let's see if we can catch that. See if it... See, the door goes up, and the nest is up here. Right up there is the nest. It's a really bad place to put a nest. So I'm surprised. When I drove the car in here, it flew up there right away. There we have it. Went right through and coming back in. And a little bit scared of me. Yes. Yeah. We're just filming you. So it needs to go up there, of course. So I think we'll let it be. So here's one of the scenarios. In the middle of nowhere, and the engine lights comes on. Oh no! You're supposed to stop the car and refer to the manual and see what's going on. And trust me, the manual is not going to be brilliant, because it doesn't exactly say what you need to do. And as we all do when we break down, we go out here and we look into the hood of the car, and we see absolutely nothing. Well, you know, if there is steam coming up somewhere, you kind of know where to go to. We can check the oil if we feel lucky there. If it's missing oil, we are in deep trouble. We might be missing some cooling water. Maybe that's a place to start. I haven't tried this. So. Yeah, it doesn't like me. It was minding its own business, and now I'm irritating it. So I could go and check. I could put some cooling water in here if there are some. There isn't anything wrong with it. I just thought this was. It's just a scenario. Could also get rid of these leaves. But the car will actually tell us what's wrong with it. But to get anything out of the car, you need a diagnostics analyzer, and this one is an intelligent automotive diagnostics analyzer, and this one is from OTOFIX. I think it's short for AutoFix. I kind of think that might be what they were going for. And yeah, this is a small computer that you connect to your car and communicates with your car's computer. And the car has a lot of computers, which we will probably see. This comes in a very nice little carrying case, which opens. It comes with different stuff in here. It has this thing, which we put into the car and communicates with the car. It even has a little light on here that we can press. At the moment, it doesn't seem to have any power, so we press this and it lights up, and you can kind of find your way to pop this in where it needs to go, which is very handy because it's very often very dark where this has to be popped in. So that goes up there. We have a tiny little power supply here, USB power supply to charge the devices, both of them. We have a yeah, this is absolutely hilarious, but we have a Lenovo. I'm a big Lenovo fan, I must say, so that's why it's hilarious. So we can communicate with the tablet, USB-C connector, and it gives us 3 normal USB connectors, USB 3, and a network connector, I'm very much guessing. So very cool little device. Also there is a normal USB to USB-C connector there. That came with it. Then we have the tablet itself, which is very small and slick. It is kind of very rugged. It feels like something that you could put under your jack when you're changing your tire, so that the jack wouldn't slip into the ground. I wouldn't suggest that, but it feels like it. Yeah, you can hit someone with this and be okay. They won't. Then we have a for CE marketing, blah blah blah. Whatever. And a very tiny quick reference guide, which tells us what connections there are on the tiny tablet, including the cameras and stuff. And the little remote dongle that actually goes into the car is right there. And well, it tells us what everything is, and a little bit about how to use it. We take the little thing, pop it up the car. That's approximately where mine is as well. Power on, Bluetooth communication between them, and you're good to go. And then we have a list of what was in the package. So if we were missing anything, well, we know what we are missing. So yeah, I will go and see if there's any power on this. Let's go into the car. I better close my car down, because in just a little bit someone will come and ask if I need any help. Okay, so this is a bummer. Car looks very nice outside. Then you open the door and it's blotchy dirty. Why did I pick a white car? So I plugged this the little device in. Oh, the sun is messing with us, isn't it? And it's charging, and now when I press it, you can see that it lights up, so you can now find where it goes in. I would very much expect that it probably also takes the power from the car. So when you pop it in, it might also be charging and powered and good to go. So we're gonna try that. It still lights up even though I disconnected it. So on my car, just like as many other cars, it's located right there. And then I can have my little device here, and I could try and use the flashlight and find it. Okay, it's actually pretty hard to. So yes, it kind of lights up the same way with the green LED there. So now that is connected. So now we have the tablet itself. We didn't really see this, but it's not very big, but it's big enough for what it has to do. And we have some connections on it. Not a lot, but a few. We have a port here that can open up there. And we get some connections in there. You can see there is 2 USB, I'll just check, 2 USB-C connections, and there is a slot for an SD card, micro SD card, and the power on button is right there. That's very much just about it. A camera and a light on the back, and I would probably expect there might be a camera in front as well. I haven't checked that yet, but let's try the power on button, see if it comes with any power or if we have to go and charge it. It does power on. So we skipped over a couple of splash screens while I was changing the camera angle, but it says that it needs an internet connection. I'll try and put my phone up as an internet connection for it. Let's see if I can manage that. So I managed to set up my phone as a hotspot, and I managed to connect to the hotspot. The lousiest internet right here imaginable, but well, that's not what we are here to get, so we can continue, I guess. and I have to create an account. This device comes with 1 year of free updates, so when you start this up, your 1 year of updates starts running. So it's a new day. To register, you have to receive a code through an email, and well, it took a little bit longer than anticipated. So this morning it's good to, I could have continued yesterday, it was like half an hour, and then I got the code and I could have continued then, but I managed to register, and I have connected to the little dongle down here, the OBD2, which is blinking happily in the blue LED down there. Well, right now it's not actually blinking, but it was before. When it's communicating, it's blinking. And with that done, I have been able to scan my car for errors, and it kind of finds the same errors as the other cat. We have some central electronics, and we have some door electronics. This car is a station car, and it has been altered to be a van, so there is no there's no seats in the back, so they have kind of done that in a little bit of an ugly way. There are some rules and some window that you're not supposed to be messing with, and well, it turns up as errors in here. This central electronics, I do believe it has to do with that. So we can get the trouble code. So, oh yeah, I have something with the tank lid unlocked activation electric error. Then there's a reset button in rail led handle. Okay, so I do have something. I do really like that I get the battery voltage up here of the car. A lot of issues can show up if the battery voltage of the car is too low when using a device like this. Well, if the power comes too much under 12 volt, a lot of the system in the car will start to mess up and do weird stuff. So with this being a tablet with a little screen, it's everything as impossible to film as. Look at the background, there I am. How do you do? Behind the camera. Okay, so we moved inside to try and show the screen better. You can still see me but now you really have to try. This is the main menu. I should do some updates connected to my Wi-Fi. Right now it's connected to the phone. We can see down here in this bar that the VCI is connected. That's the little Bluetooth thingy that is connected to the car, and it says that it's connected down there. So the benefit of this being Bluetooth is that I'm now indoors and it's sitting in the car outdoors. So yeah, there is that benefit. For you to use this in a professional workshop, there is the downside that there is a very big chance that you might forget that thing in the car and the customer driving away with it. But at the moment it's a very big benefit that I can sit in here and the thing is right out there. There is like 5 meters, so and a wall and a window and stuff between it. So we can run some diagnostics. I already did that. And in here we can see all the different cars. There's all cars, there's favorite cars. I need to add my car as a favorite car in there because, yeah, finding it every time is irritating. There's history, so it can actually remember my car, which is awesome. And then there is US cars. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those. And there's European cars. There's quite a few more. There's actually 3 pages. I was on the second page because that's where my car is. So there's 3 pages of European cars, and then there's Asian cars. There's 2 pages of Asian cars. So yeah, there's a lot of them, and a lot that I would like. Maybe not as much these Asian cars, but there's a lot of Ferrari would like one of those. Lamborghini most definitely would like one of those. Porsche would be nice. Mercedes, awesome. Aston Martin, yeah. Jack Ferrari, Yeah, and on page 2 is my awesome Seat, which might be in an ever so slightly lower price point. So yeah, there's that. But it can we can search for what car are we connected to, and that's the blue button up here. So we can do that, and we can manually input our VIN number, or we can try and auto detect it, and it will go and do some auto detecting stuff, as you can see right there. Last time it was able to find my car. Go gadget. And it did not find my car. I must say that's ever so slightly disappointing. Now the voltage has dropped. You might be able to see that up there because I turned the motor off. It's the ignition is on, but the motor is off, or the engine. Sorry, in a car it's an engine, I'm told, and in a electric, it's an electric motor. Well, yeah, the engine is off. So the battery level of the vehicle really drops when you leave the keys in the ignition and mess around with a tablet that is acting up on you. So we have the motor engine, the engine running at the moment. So I want to try and add a favorite. I'm not having much luck, but let's try add favorite. And we have a European car. We have my Seat there. Okay. Oh, I thought I could add my own car to the favorite, but it's only the brand. Okay, that does not make much sense, but let's try that VIN number again. And yes, exit. It's a lot of forth and back here, I must say. All VIN number auto detect. Now that the motor engine is on, maybe we have more luck. Oh, it actually looks like it caught it now. Yeah, we get the right one. Okay. Well, I assume it's the right one. And this is a station car, and I have no idea really what engine is in here. It's a 1.6 something, but I found that it has an engine version there. If I press that, it figures it out, or close enough. There, and it communicates. And we can do the auto scan, and it will go through the systems and will do all the stuff and find all the errors. That takes a bit. So this is what it came up with, and we can see that our fault codes are the same as before. We have 3. There's 2 faults here, that lit thing, so we can continue there, and it will give us some more options what we can do. There we have some ECU information. We can see the trouble code. We have already been in there. Takes a bit. There are the 2 codes. So we have the tank led unlock activation electric error. Okay, and we have the release button in rear led handle in some signal with that. I do wonder if it's this thing, because that thing is always messing with me. We have the lid here. That could be something. Yeah, it feels like there's a switch in there, so I might have to press that harder. So now we could try and remove those codes. Erase codes. Yes, please. Oh, yes. Okay, so those 2 codes have been demolished, so we will have to go and check again. So, oh, quick erase. We could do it from out here as well, so we'll try and escape here. Do you really want? Yes, we'll. And then we'll auto scan the car again. And I for sure have no idea if what I just did has any effect whatsoever. I'm very doubtful. I don't think so. Oh, central car, no faults. So maybe it did. Let's not celebrate too soon. I'll let it scan through. We don't want to wait for this. Okay, so it was actually pretty quick, and now we are down. So apparently whatever I did actually worked. I'm astonished. So okay, we're down to 2 errors, but I could also we could see this error here. Maybe this car scanner can give me some more information on this error. As you can see in the back here, I don't have any back seats, so they have disabled some door things, and I can also not roll down the windows and stuff from up here. I do have all the buttons over here, but they don't work. So we can see the trouble code. Code there. Okay. Failure status, fill priority. Oh, and you can see how far my car has driven. Oh dear, I've already driven 5,000 kilometers in it. And escape. And let's see if we can get some live data. See what it thinks. I have no idea what to look for, but it maybe it tells me what it's pissed about. If I go, there's a lot of data. Child safety, lock switch. No, a lot of not active. Might be some stuff here that is just software deactivated that I could go and turn on if I knew what I was doing. This is more. Would have been cool if the area where there's a bug would light up in red. I guess we have to go back and see what the name of it was. Trouble code. So we are looking for rear window regulator drive side. No basic setting. Okay. Did we see that? Rear is under R. Rear. So if you knew what, oh, I can see the battery voltage in here as well. I like that. Or supplied voltage for front door control module. So I can see what this module gets of power, and it gets 12.9 volts. That was what I was talking about earlier. If the battery voltage of the vehicle becomes low, well, a lot of stuff will not be working correctly, because this module here might get too low a voltage, and it really does not like that. We actually did correct some errors, even though they were very minor. And yeah, this thing does other stuff. We can use it as a normal tablet, and I could go and look for spare parts if I needed something. I can also, apparently it brags about who it is here, and I can go and see some of their other products. But yeah, there's a web browser, and there's all the normal stuff. We can press home here, and I could run an update. There's stuff that I don't like so much. Battery tester. Yeah, we need to see. It doesn't let me do anything before I have gone out of this. But I think we'll try and go here and see if there is some apps. There are some other apps installed, and I can use the calculator. So that is promising. And browse the interweb as we just saw, but all of the stuff in this one as long as I'm in the diagnostic thing here, it hinders me of doing anything else. I can record stuff, and it's not as if this thing can't do a lot of good things in the right hands. But let me just go out of this and escape and escape and escape and go escape. And do you want to exit? Yes, exit, escape, and yes. And finally we get out to the main menu, and then there's this battery tester here, and as soon as I press that, software not installed. And I think a lot of this one is actually okay. That's where it communicates with the little VCI module with Bluetooth, and when I just started this up, it had another module in here that it was trying to communicate with. So I had to take the module out, see what the number was on it, and then it actually did want to communicate with this one. But yeah, it took me just a bit to figure that out. And there's another thing here that it can communicate with. I don't know what a BAS is, but it's another module that you can get. That might be the battery thing, and why I'm not able to use that. There's also a lot of special features that comes with this that you can do. So if you are a mechanic at a mechanic shop, this can help you do these things: oil reset, EPB, no idea, power pressure, BMS, special functions. Oh, it's that way. That this thing can help you do, and yeah, it can communicate with the car. So my best example is the oil change. The car likes, well, some cars, they come and bug you when it's time for you to change the oil, and the computer knows that it's time to change the oil. And if you just go to a mechanic shop and they changes the oil without telling the car that they changed the oil, it won't know. You have to go and reset the oil counter here, and you need to do it on the right vehicle actually. So yeah, there's that. A lot of special functions that you can do. Settings is like everything else. You can change the language and printer settings. Yeah, you can do a report, get all the errors, and then you can print it out, which is very nice. Update, which I really should go do. Data manager. Okay, so we can do different stuff in here. This has way more features than I even know what to do with. So we've moved indoors again, and I'm wrapping this up, so I just want to try and update it before we do that. So settings, and we go down to system settings, and I go and check internet and Wi-Fi. At the moment it's using my phone. I don't really want it to do that, so I'm gonna disconnect that, and I'm gonna find another, well, my indoors Wi-Fi, so that I don't use all my phone data. I can though see that it's not because it has used a lot of data. It has only used, well, less than 4 megabytes, which is definitely not a problem. So let's go in here and add a network. Oh, it can do 5G, so pick that one, and I'll punch in my password. There, let's see if I did that right. It's connected. Okay, so let's go back and update. Let's see if there isn't a bunch of updates for this. So we are still updating here. This is very slow, I must admit, but we can go, if you click here, we get more information of what we bought here. I'm a little bit confused why I am sent to Autel, but they do have an OTOFIX here. Let's try that one. And they mostly want to sell me watches, but they do also have the testers down here. So maybe next time I'll be reviewing a watch, but yeah, they have the battery tester, and they have the diagnostics tool that we are kind of looking at, And I don't even think I've mentioned the model, but that is actually the model, the OTOFIX D1 Lite. They do have other modules as well, the Ultra, the Max and the Plus. I have no idea, as this one is already beyond me. I am perfectly fine with the D1 Lite. I think this might be the affordable stuff. This thing is about $400, so it was ever so slightly cheaper than the other one I bought, and it can do a bit more. So what do I think about this? Well, if I was in a mechanic shop, I would be very much afraid that this would leave with the first, second or third customer that it is used on, because it's very easy to just let that sit. Also, all these are the negative thoughts, I must admit. I am charging this up. The other one that I reviewed was charged when you plug this into the car from the car's battery, which is both good and bad, because I could see on my car how quickly the car battery drops in voltage when it has the ignition on. I was surprised at that. So, but it charges the device while you're using it, which this does not. So you can charge this up so that you can use the flashlight, but you also need to charge this up because it doesn't get its charge from anywhere else. It does seem like it lasts a really long time on the battery. Another thing that is clearly not good, it's still updating. Why? My internet connection, I have a gigabit internet connection. I would expect this to be done many times by now. So yeah, that was my... The good things, it's cheaper, it does more than the other one. It has the remote stuff that can be really good. So if you are a mechanic shop, you could go drive with the customer and this would be sitting, and you would have the customer drive the car and you could check the car while he's driving. I don't know if that's a thing, but possibility. So it's more mobile than the other one. Did I mention it's cheaper? Links are in the description, and they did actually promise some really awesome coupon code. So let's see if that ain't also down there. A rather large amount of percent. So they must be making a fortune on these. So yeah, carrying case, no issues with that whatsoever. The Lenovo thingy, I have no idea where that is meant, but you could probably connect that and have a wired network connection if that's what you want. Also, I found that one of these ports are the charging port, the other one is a data port. It tells you about that if you plug it in the wrong one. It comes and says, this is not a charging port, use the other one. Kind of ish, not as many words. I'll thank OTOFIX for sending me this to review and show me that I spent way too much money on the other one, and I will apologize to my Patreon for misspending their money when I should have gotten this instead. I am very sorry. I will try and do better, but other than that, thank you very much for watching my videos. Do subscribe to my channel so that you can see me again, and have a really nice day. Bye bye.